Welcome along to another video. I am that cycling chimp, and in this one my route is going to be a 55-kilometre round trip on the west coast of Scotland. It's a solo adventure, but I'm inviting all you guys that are watching this to stick around and keep me company. So if you want to find out how I got on today, or maybe you're new to the channel and you would like to see Scotland by bike, you've came to the right place. So stick around, grab yourself a cuppa, and let's get the show on the road. Today's adventure, I'm starting off in the seaside town of Largs, but I'm going to challenge myself as always, and I'm going to take in Brisbane Glen. As you can see, the weather is absolutely cracking, so let's clip in and see how we got on. As you can see, it's a little bit busy this morning. Everybody's out enjoying this lovely warm sunshine in Scotland that we're having. Don't think it's going to last long, and there is a little touch of a north breeze. It's making it a little bit chillier this morning for me, but I'm pretty sure it'll warm up once I get to this hill. Now today's ride came recommended by someone because they know that I'm doing a lot of hill training just now, and they said that this was one of the greatest rides round about in North Ayrshire in Scotland. I don't think it's going to be as hard going as what it was when I was doing the String or Boogaloo Hill in the Isle of Arran, and if you've not seen that video, you need to check that one out first. Well, I didn't know it was a little bit of a maze of one-way system round about the town of Largs. I managed to navigate it with my Garmin headset. Now, as I said, my route's going to be 55 kilometres today, well, 55 and a half. It's also going to have 610 metres of elevation. And I've been packing in quite a lot of this elevation recently. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest climber, and I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but I've got to do it nonetheless. So that's me at the bottom of Brisbane Glen, and it's also known as Nodsdale Glen. The reason it's called Brisbane Glen is pretty notable because it's named after Sir Thomas MacDougall Brisbane, and there was also somewhere else in the world that was named after his surname, and that was the city of Brisbane in Australia. This is also known as the Old Largs Road that takes you up towards Loch Thom and then down into Greenock, and that's where I'm planning to go. Once I get to Greenock, I'm then going to turn west and I'm going to head towards Gourock and then come all the way back down to Largs. I hope I don't commit myself today because I had to change the map slightly so that I'm not on the A78, which is a pretty notorious road round about this area in Scotland. It's a ride I've never done before, and I'm actually looking forward to this, but if you guys are wanting to try this out, as always, I'll put the commute link in the description below of the map so you can try it out for yourself. I've done my wee warm up through Largs Town and I've got my heart rate down now, so I'm just going to start tackling this and seeing how we got on. Again, as I said, I'm not much of a climber, so I just hope I get to the top in one piece. But let's clip in and do this. So here we go, we've just started, 7.8 kilometres to go and 247 metres of elevation remaining. I can already feel it. It's actually not too bad so far. Apparently this is one of 6 climbs today, so if it keeps on going like this, we should be okay. How you doing? Now I know we get quite a lot of exotic animals in Ayrshire, but I never thought I would ever see this in my life. Literally 2 seconds after coming up the first part of that hill, we found an elephant. He does look as if he's a little bit worse for wear. But I definitely did not have an elephant in my ride bingo card today. Absolutely crazy. It really is quite tranquil up here. It's a nice route. And it's just a steady climb. One or two little bits that are a little bit harder, but as I've always said, this is why I love the GRX gearing on the gravel bike. It just gets you up hills. I've just got over 2 kilometres left. It's definitely keeping me on my toes, but even though I sound out of breath, I'm not actually that bad. It's a constant ascent, and it's definitely not as brutal as some of the other hills I've done. I couldn't have picked a nicer day to do it as well. The conditions are absolutely immaculate. It's the last kilometre. Now, I'm presuming at the top of this hill, there's a little viewpoint. I might be wrong here, but I can see a small dot. I'm presuming it's a cyclist that stopped to take a breather. It's the only thing that's kind of put me off this route so far. Because the road is that narrow, when a car comes behind you, realistically speaking, you should just pull in and let them past. But it's still very close. Then again, I'm attempting this at the weekend, so the road is going to be busy. But I don't understand why people come these roads, because it's not exactly cutting out any time for them. It takes you to the exact same place, even if you're on the A78 or the main road. How you doing? How you getting on? All right. Well, that was the first climb done. 37 minutes and 14 seconds. That's not too bad. What do we have? An average of 3% gradient. So, as I said, it's not actually too bad of a hill. I actually really enjoyed that. It's when you're up in hills like this and you look about, you just realise how remote you are from anything. It's just so peaceful. Although I don't know if I would like to be up here when it's really windy. There's a slight breeze coming from the north that's just keeping me cool. Even though it looks warm today, and I'm cooking a little bit in this jacket, it's far from it. It's the warmest weekend we've had so far in 2025. It's still averaging about maybe 11 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's feeling maybe about 4 or 5. It's still nice to get out. Anyway, as I always say, what goes up must come down. And I think I've got a wee bit of a descent coming. Let's go. Now I believe that in front of me is Loch Thom. And we've now actually left Ayrshire. And you've probably seen we just crossed the border from Ayrshire into Inverkip. So we've roughly got about another 6 kilometres, then we come down and we should be turning into Greenock. Now we could go left here and go down towards Inverkip. I'm actually going to go down and then round to Gourock, as I said, because there's one or two places of interest I'm going to show you today. The good thing now, the road's a lot wider, so it means I don't have to stop as much to let cars past. Woo. Okay, I take that back. I now understand why quite a lot of people use this road, because I've seen a couple of turn-offs to other lochs. I'm not too sure what the loch is to behind my right-hand shoulder there. But I've also seen quite a lot of gravel paths up here, so if any of you graveliers that watch the channel know the area pretty well, hit me up and let me know of some routes up here, because I would like to come back up and try some gravel. At least the tarmac's also nice and smooth, so little gravel tyres are going over it without a problem. Aye. Right, boys. Well, that's me got to the other side of Brisbane Glen, and I'm just about to do my descent into Greenock. Now it's a little bit hazy, but if you look out down there, I'm also having my OTG snack just now before I go down. Down there, we've got Greenock. And just in front of all that there, the water, is actually the Clyde. Now, I can see some of the Cowell Peninsula and what looks like Dunoon, which is over this kind of way. And also, I can see a way over to what I think's Helensburgh. But I don't know how well that'll translate to the camera, because they said it's pretty hazy today. So the idea is, I'm going to finish this off, make my descent into Greenock, through Greenock, till I get onto the cycle paths, or cycle roads, or whatever it is that they've got. Go down to Gourock. There's also a sheep looking at me very strangely. So I'm going to finish this snack and then do this descent. Well, we finally made it through Greenock down to the Esplanade. Not a big fan of going through urban areas that I don't know. Plus the fact that descent coming into Greenock was pretty fast. Needless to say, we got there safe and sound. You can actually see the Cowell Peninsula a bit better now. And across the water to Dunoon. I quite like that they've got this kind of bike track along the Esplanade. And something tells me there's a lot of water sports that get played down here. That's the Clyde, by the way. I'm pretty sure across that water is Helensburgh. And that's the starting point of the John Muir Way, which is hopefully another one I'm going to try and tackle at some point. Might not be this season, but you never know where the Chimp might turn up. Now, I don't know if this is foreshadowing something that's going to happen later on in the video, but I'm actually quite glad that I changed the come out route because I'm actually using quite a lot of cycle paths round about Greenock and it's taking me off that busy road. Not that the paths are any less busy, but it's just good to be able to cycle and not have to worry about too many cars round about. Across there I can see the Dunoon ferry, so that must be Gourock. And that's where I'm heading to next. Now that there's the Calmac ferry service over to Dunoon, but there's actually two ferries you can take. There's one further round the corner that's run by Western Ferries, which I have been told is slightly cheaper. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my bearings here. I have been told it's slightly cheaper than the Calmac service, but nonetheless I probably will be using one of the services when I do the 3 ferries challenge. So it's kind of a recce ride to find out where to actually go. I just hope I'm going the right way. Now the thing I do like about that is the Gourock train station's actually joined up with the ferry terminal, which is quite handy. Now this behind me here is the Gourock outdoor swimming pool, and this is the only outdoor swimming pool in Scotland that uses salt water. I know there is another outdoor pool, I think it's in Newcomnock, but this was closed for years and then they reopened it back up and it seems to do pretty well in the summer season. It's temporarily closed just now because we're out of season and I wouldn't really want to be outside swimming, but apparently it is a heated pool. It's definitely something I'd maybe come back and check out in the summertime. As I was just leaving Gourock, and we're not that far away before we start going round about kind of Inverkip area with the Cardwell Bay. As I said, this is the first time I've cycled out this way and it's getting my bearings is a little bit hard to get because I'm not used to using the GPS and the Garmin, but it has helped me out. So let's go and see what we can see round about Cardwell Bay. Thanks very much, I appreciate it. Right. Now that there is the other ferry that's run by Western Ferries, and that takes you over to Hunters Quay and Dunoon as well. So you have got an option if you do want to do the 3 ferries challenge. For me, the kind of cycleway that goes from Gourock train station down here isn't exactly the greatest. It's been a bit of work done to it as well, but it does keep you a little bit safer than staying in the road. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely coastal path that they've built here, but it's busier than Sauchiehall Street. So if you're coming down, just make sure you're doing it safely. I clearly was not expecting climb 2 to be through a housing estate in Inverkip. Woo. So far I haven't committed myself, but I actually thought it was going to happen there when I was coming into that housing estate. Wow. I've got another 4 climbs to go. I've done 39, just under 39.5 kilometres. So I've only got about 15 kilometres to get back to Largs, and I've got some gravel to go through. The reason I've opted to go the gravel route is to take me off the A78 between Inverkip and the opposite side of Weems Bay, although I do have to go on it for a couple of 100 yards and then I have to come off it again. And then I've got a secret to show you when I'm on one of the back roads. But it's been not too bad a day. I'm starting to get a little bit of bother with my GoPro 11. It keeps shutting itself down. So I don't know whether it's overheating, which I can't see even that. It has done this before, and it was the SD card that's just needing a clean. And you just heard it going off there as I'm talking, but we'll see how we got on with it as we get down to Largs. So, last 15 kilometres, we're getting there. And this is where the fun begins. Single track, sludgy as hell, and we're just into our 3rd climb. It's not a massive climb to be fair, but still wasn't what I was expecting. Oh, and I had to turn pretty quick on that road. If I hadn't had the Garmin set up, I would have got lost there. Yeah, maybe this isn't the greatest route I've ever made, but it's enjoyable. Oh, it's a right bone rattler, this one. 100%. Trying to find my lines here. I'm just following the tyre tracks that have already been here. It looks as if somebody's been up here with a mountain bike or a dirt bike. I don't even think we've got it to the top of the 3rd ascent yet. Oh, another gate, fun. Now you've always got to remember to shut gates so the livestock doesn't get out, because there was quite a lot of sheep running about in that field. I don't even know what the 3rd climb, what the end of the 3rd climb was. I've still got another 3 climbs to go, and I know one of them's a doozy, which is probably going to be the one that's going to end us before the big reveal. But yeah, I think I've still got a little bit getting through this lovely track. Certainly has a mixed bag today anyway. Right, onwards. Hello. Hello there. I also never had riding through a caravan park on today's ride bingo card, but I know I am just coming down this descent into Weems Bay, so I kind of half know where I am now. I was getting a bit lost up there. And down there is Weems Bay train station. Now, if you've watched some of my past videos, you'll know I've been there a few times. The ferry's actually in. We're not going to cross the Isle of Bute today, no siree. We're on the road for about 2 seconds, then we're going to take in, I think, the 4th climb of the day. Climb 4 was only a small one, but oh my God, my legs are burning. Shut up, legs. I've only got another kilometre and then we hit hill 5 of 6. So it is quite hilly this side. Now here we go, climb 5 of 6. And this does not look pretty at all. I've just got to dig in and get up this. Whew. Oh aye, this looks lovely. That's by far the hardest climb I've done. Now I told you when I got to the top of this hill I would tell you a secret, and a secret it is, because I didn't even know it was here until I watched a little video by the local Ayrshire film crew. Behind me is Skelmorlie's secret bunker, and this was a bunker that was used in the Cold War, and it was an active post for years and years and years until obviously when the Cold War stopped, and it was actually in disrepair for ages. But I don't know, there's a guy kind of walking about. The guy that's walking about has actually put a lot of his own money in, as well as charity money, to restore it back to a museum. And you can actually get tours of it. And that there is the actual bunker. Now the door was open and I popped my head in, and the guy that runs the tours has said that they're not actually open yet. They don't open till April. They're doing some maintenance. But he did say to me to keep in touch with him and I can come back up. Might even get a wee video filmed up here. But it was a great little stop there once I got up that hill, because that hill was really bad. So let's get these glasses back on, clipped in, do the last hill and back down to Largs. I'll also leave all the information down in the description below if you guys are wanting to come and see the secret bunker. But shh, don't tell anybody I told you. That's us just about to do climb 6 of 6 of the day. It's not a very big one. It's only about 1.5 kilometres. It's only an ascent of 53 metres, so it's not too big. And once I get to the other side of this, it should be a free descent all the way down to the seaside town of Largs, and then on our way back to base camp again. Oh, and I'm starting to get a bit peckish, and I'm ready for a little roll. But anyway, let's go up this hill. Get in. Climb 6 of 6 complete. Woo. And what a view it is. A little bit hazy up here, but what a view across to Greater Cymru. And you look at that. An island off in the distance there is Isle of Bute, down at Kilchatton Bay. Anyway, I've got a descent to handle here, so I'll get his back down at the bottom. Well, that's us got to the end of yet another video, and if you've got this far, I can't thank you enough. If you enjoyed today's adventure like I did, please give us a like, and if you really liked it, consider hitting that subscribe button, because it's your subscribing that keeps the chimp rolling and riding. And I appreciate all the support you've been giving me in the adventures so far. Hope to see you on the next one, but in the meantime, you can check out my last adventure up there, which was over in the Isle of Arran, or you can check out previously on that cycling chimp, which are archived videos down below there. Till the next time guys, bye for now, and remember to pedal smart out there.